Hello everyone, Emily here. I decided I was going to get out my scrap yarn, my Bernat Baby Blanket yarn. So I don't have the tag for this, I just had a ball of it. And I know I have some more around here, so I think I'm just going to, I'm just going to go ahead and start a blanket, and I'm going to do a granny square. I've never done a rectangular one, so that's what I want to do. So you're just going to want to tie your slip knot so you can put your that just is not working for me, so I'm going to do another one. I hope everyone is doing well and is happy and healthy. You can see I have Duck here helping me out. Here's his tail. He's just chilling. He likes to be on my lap. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to create this together because I've never done this before. So 2, 4, we're going to do 6. Oh, let's do 8. We're going to chain 8. Just pull your yarn through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoops, 7, 8, and I'm using a 5.75 crochet hook. I made this myself. I love the handle. It's that baked clay. It's really pretty. I made it nice and thick here on the end, so when I hold it, it fits right in the palm of my hand. I really like it. So anyway, let's see how we're going to do this. Right here on the end, I did 6. I'm going to put my finger here, and I'm going to chain 2. Okay, yarn over and go into that stitch. And I have 2 now, because this chain 2 is going to count as my first double crochet. And now I'm going to chain 2. And you can see your row here, your stitches. So I'm going to skip one and go into the next one. And I hope this comes out where there's not a lot of holes in it. I don't want a lot of holes to be in the blanket. So that's why I'm kind of using a smaller hook. This Bernat Baby is so soft. So I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip the next one. And I'm going to do 3 in this one. Now I'm only going underneath one strand of the chain when I pick it up. I like the way this blue changes colors on its own too. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip 1 and do 3 here. We're doing double crochets in their chains. I'm still working on this blanket here in the background. When I get it done, I'll come back on and show you my border that I'm going to do. Now we're going to go to the very last stitch on our chain. And we're going to do 3 double crochets. Just going to do 3 double crochets in that last stitch. It's really tight. I wish I would have made that first chain a lot looser. I'm going to do 3. There's, oh, you know what? I apologize. I did not chain 1, but instead of 1, I want to chain 2 here because we're at the end. So in between these other ones, it's just 1, but in between this 3 and that one is 2. Okay. So I'm going to yarn over, go in there, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets. I need to go a little bit slower. Alex is over there playing with this kick toy. You can hear it. I don't know if you can hear it, but it sounds like a paper bag or something, and they grab it and they use it as a kick bar. So now we're going to go ahead and go down the other side, and we are going to go into the other side of where these three are. So we're going to chain two, we're going to yarn over, we're going to go right in there, right on the other side where the other three double crochets are. So you can see it's in the same stitch. It's just right across from it. I'm going to chain one. I'm not making my chains very tight. I'm going to go right on the other side of this next one next to it. I'm going to do three double crochets. Ooh, I already can tell that this big puffy yarn, I'm trying not to pull it too tight, is going to be nice and puffy, so I won't have a lot of holes. So we're here at the end, and I have, oh, right here, I have my last little section of my three double crochets, and then I'll be at the end, excuse me. Okay, so now we have the three on the end. We have three here, and three here. So the end, 1, 2, 3 of the double crochets. Sorry there, Duckapoo. And now we're here at the end. And right in this opening is where I'm going to chain two, because I'm at the end, the very last one to the end. And I know this looks kind of bizarre, so you really got to look at it. These three are on this side, these three are on this side. Here's my first two double crochets. And I'm going to yarn over, and I'm going to go into that same opening. Do my three double crochet. Now I have my three double crochets at the end, because all I'm going to do is go to the top of that chain two, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. Now maybe you can see it where it looks like it might make sense now. So we have three on this end, three over here on this end, and in the between them we have three sets of threes. Three sets of threes on this side, three sets of threes on that side. Okay, so now we are just going to slip stitch underneath both of these stitches, or, oops, both of them. I'm going to slip stitch one, slip stitch into the second one, and then I'm going to go right into this opening, which was the chain three, because I'm going to do slip stitch because we did three here, three here, three here, and three here, and everywhere else we just did one. So now I'm going to chain two. This is going to count as my first double crochet. I'm going to yarn over. I'm going to do two double crochets. Now I have three. Okay, this is going to be a corner. So we're going to chain one, and we're going to do three more double crochets. As I said, this is going to be a corner. If you've ever done a square before, I did do a tutorial on that. Your corners are always the squares, or always, I'm sorry, three double crochets, chain one, and three double crochets. So now we have these three. We're going to chain one. We're going to go in between these two sets of three where we did the one double crochet, and we're going to do three double crochets in that opening. Okay, so we're going to chain one. We're going to go to the next opening here, and we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do three double crochets. Now these are repeat rows once we get the corners made. Okay, so now here we're at the end where we have the 3 double crochets, and this is going to be a corner and this is going to be a corner. So this one right here, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to do 3 double crochets. We're going to chain 1 and then we're going to do 3 double crochets in that same stitch, because then we'll have a total of 6 in here. So that will make that a corner, okay? So now we have our 1 corner over here made. So what we're going to do is we're going to make another corner over here, and we got to go all the way over there. So we're going to chain 2. We're going to go over here and we're going to do 3 double crochets. One, 2, 3. Oh, just got to keep grabbing yarn. And so this is a corner, so we're going to chain 1 and we're going to put 3 more double crochets, and you can just scoot it right over if you need to. So you can see we have a corner there and we have a corner here now. So when we come around, we will put 3 double crochets here, 6 here to continue our corners out. Now we're going to chain 1. Going to go over here to the next one and we're going to do 3 double crochets, because we have 4 corners and the rest are not. So the ones that are not the corners only get 3. You're going to chain 1 in between them. Go to your next opening, get 3 double crochets, and this is where you did your chain 1. Okay, we're coming to the end, but we're not quite there yet. Let's see here. Okay, got to take a look. So we have a corner here, and we're going to have a corner here. So we are at the corner. So we're going to go ahead and do 3. Sometimes with this variegated yarn, you really got to look twice. But since we're first starting it too, it might seem a little bit complicated, but like I did, I just stopped and looked. Did 3, chained 1. I'm going to do 3 more because this is a corner. I love the way this yarn just changes color on its own. Alrighty, so now we are going to chain 2, because we are going to go over here and we are going to slip stitch in the top, in that top of that chain 2. Okay, just pull the yarn all the way through, both of them. I'm going to pull it out so you can see it. So here's a corner, here's a corner, here's a corner, here's a corner. So this is what it looks like. Now you can see why I have cat hair on everything. So I think this is coming out pretty good, but I'm going to continue to go around with this color until I run out, and then I'll grab a different color of my Bernat Baby. So I apologize if this is really hard to see, but just try to follow along what you've watched, and I'll just keep going. So we have our corner here and a corner here, and I ended here by doing a slip stitch, which I really wish I wouldn't have done. I wish I would have left it so I need it. Well, I guess I couldn't because I have that. Okay, never mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip stitch over here. And as you can see, it makes a really nice crease to where you really can't even see it, because you don't want anyone to be able to see, you know, where you're connecting them. So I did my 2. I'm going to, let me look, 1, 2, And I'm going to slip stitch into this opening, which is the chain 2, which is the corner. I'm going to slip stitch and I'm going to chain 2. Okay. So we know that this is a corner. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 2 double crochets because that chain 2 does count as a double crochet. Yeah. So I have 1, 2, 3. I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to do 3 more in the same opening here because this is a corner. I'm going to chain 1, and as you can see here, we're going to do 3 double crochets in these openings because it's the repeats, and every time you come to a corner you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, do 3 double crochets in here, and then you're going to chain 1, and you'll do it over here again, and you're just going to keep going around and around. It's a repeat. I think if I was using a different type of yarn, maybe you'd be able to see it better. I hope you're understanding. I apologize because I feel like I don't even know what I'm doing right now because it's so puffy. And I'm holding it so close. But you can see as I go around, this is going to get big really quick. It doesn't seem to be a yarn user so far. I mean, I don't have a lot of this color. But you could use any kind of yarn and just change your hook, which that's a great idea because I still have blankets to make for Christmas. I need to get my, my grandkids are here all the time, and all these throw blankets I've been making, they hear me say I'm making blankets for my grandkids, so they were here when I did my video on this one, and my granddaughter come up, she whispered, she's like, that one's for me, isn't it? That one's for me, right? And I'm like, I don't know. I said, I'm making them up, and then I'm deciding. She goes, oh, well, if I really like that one. So, and I'm like, okay. They're so funny. And the boys, my grandsons, they are just so excited to get anything I made. Anything. And I was going to give the bee, I did a tutorial on a bee, if you want to go back and look at that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm here at a corner. We did this corner. Okay, we're at a corner. We're going to do this corner. Then we're going to do 3 in here, and then we're going to do this corner. But that bee, I was going to give it to my granddaughter. My grandson came over before I had a chance to send it home to her, and he saw it, and he's just like, oh, Grandma, I just absolutely love this. Did you make it for me? And I couldn't break his little heart, and I told him yes. So he took the bee home. So I have to make another bee. Maybe I'll make a teddy. I was thinking about making a teddy. So I did 3 double crochets, chained 1, 3 double crochets. I chained 1, and now I'm going to do 3 here. So you can see how the repeat row is just going to keep going and going. Once you get to this point where you're doing this one at the very end, now you can really see the pattern. And you probably won't mess up anyway, but I'll be less likely to mess up once I get to this point. So I'm going to chain 1. So now that I've gotten this far on the corners here, I'll only chain 1 in between, but if you remember back here, I chained 2, just so it wouldn't get all crumpled, okay? I'm really liking this. I was worried I wouldn't. I was worried there'd be too many holes and it wouldn't be soft enough, but it does feel pretty soft. So I chained 3. I did 3 double crochets, chained 1, because remember this is a corner, and we're going to do 3 more in the same stitch. And if you make a mistake and you catch it later that you only put 3 in here, you can just rip it out. That's the best part. It's not like you're painting and you're not going to be able to paint over it, or you made a mistake you can't redo. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go down on this side, and I am just going to do 3 double crochets in each one of these openings. Chain 1 in between. I'm just going to keep going around. Isn't that pretty? Just going to keep going a little bit here. And then when I get done with what I have and I change my colors, I will come back and so you can see. I want you to see this finished project. It's just going to be beautiful. My corner. These colors are beautiful. And this Bernat Baby, it really is not that hard to use. With this 5.75 after I kind of got used to using it, because this yarn is pretty puffy for this little head. Alrighty. See where I'm at. So I did this corner. So you can see that on this end I have a corner, 3 and a corner, and this end I'm going to have got my 3 in my corner, so I'm going to do 3 here, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, and I'm not going to, yeah, I think I am. I'm going to chain 1 up. Chain 1, and I'm going to go to the top of my chain 2, and I'm just going to do me a slip stitch. There you go. Isn't that pretty? As it gets bigger, I'm hoping you can see that the triangle, or the little, you know, these will show up more as they go out. We'll see. But I really like it. I think the only place I have a big hole is right here, which is totally fine with me because our chain is right here in the middle. But it looks like it's going to be nice and puffy and thick. And this is a great pattern. So you're just going to keep doing that all the way around. So right now I'm going to slip stitch 2 to here, chain 2, and then do 2 double crochets because my chain 2 is considered a double crochet. Chain 1, do 3 more double crochets for my corner. Do those in each corner, and in between each of these you do 3 double crochets. And so as you keep going, it's going to keep getting bigger, and when you get to the edges here, you're going to do your corner, you're going to do 3 here, 3 here, and then do another corner. So that's how it's just going to keep growing. It's beautiful. I'm happy with it. I hope you give it a try. You know, any yarn. You can try this with any yarn. So I'm going to continue to work on this, and I'll be back with an update, especially when I change colors. I want you to see. I'm just hoping this comes out more. These corners come out more. Well, you have a great day. Stay safe. I will be back soon, and keep on crocheting. Bye.